Well guys, I just got done watering the garden. This truck, I got a flat tire. It's always something, you know? I got a flat tire on that Ford, and I got a flat tire on that Ford. Those tires, 6 of them, brand new. These ones I've been limping around for quite a few years now, but all my vehicles need tires, except for my broke ones. This tire has been going low for a year now. I guess I just need to take it off the rim and soak it in water and see what the heck. It's always something though, you know? It doesn't matter. Life just brings you things and you have to cope with them and learn to overcome them. I would love to get that thing set up in the shop. My biggest hurdle, I don't know if I told you this, but that goes way up 14 feet, and my ceilings in between the joists are 12 foot. So I got to do it in a spot that will allow this big, whatever that is, 8 inches or something. Not a big hurdle, but something you got to deal with when you're building apartments upstairs. You got to put that in a closet or something. Now, yesterday, what did I do? Oh, I forgot. I started working on the mill, because without the mill, the lathe, I should say, without the lathe, I can't finish what I'm supposed to do. So I was gonna wait till I got 500 subscribers to start the treehouse, but it seems like this last month I've actually lost 3 watchers, subscribers, which who knows, I probably hurt their liberal feelings or something, but hey, that just happens, you know. There's a lot of good content if I can stay motivated, you know, but a lot of times, I mean, you could see it in my eyes. I got issues going on that I can't, you know, I can't curb. So I've got a mess in here again. I really would have liked to get that done, but I just stopped. I mean, that can always be taken apart and fixed, you know, at some point, but it's not in the cards right now. As far as this goes, I have to get this lathe going, and I stopped because my cuts weren't working right. I got this all set up, and I just didn't like how my cuts were turning out on here, so I had to because I forgot what the formula was for getting these around. I got it now. I got to make sure we're on the right setting here, and then we can do that. And once I get these, and really, probably all I had to do was just round off these tops a little bit, and it would be fine. But I'm just gonna resend it through, and then I'll do that at the end, because what was happening is I was catching here when I put it on thread mode, and you could see a couple of them are damaged now, of course. But when I put it on thread, it was binding up. So I need this thing to be able to thread to make, oh look, there's a tool I've been probably looking for. Anyways, short track minded head. I got to get this thing to be able to thread in order to make the carriers for the treehouse, because I'm going to do it like the treehouse builder and put the pegs in and have everything, you know, really nice. But I'm going to make all that. I'm going to thread the bolt and the post that go in the tree to support the structure. And in order to do that, I gotta fix the rest of that lathe over there. You know, so there's that. Walking in circles here. I started on this guy, but I was sick of dirt falling down in my eyes, so I cleaned the whole thing yesterday. Got the dehumidifier going, and actually I need to dump that because it's full. So let me set you down for a minute here. All right, the humidifiers back on. So anyways, I had to clean the whole bottom of this because it was filthy dirty. And I mean filthy dirty. There was dirt in places that, I don't know, bolts sticking out all over for no reason. I'm still undecided what I'm gonna do here. And this is cracked right down the middle, inside and out. I fiberglassed this, but I didn't do a very good job. But what I think I might do with this is bend a piece of sheet metal on the top, maybe down here too. Take all this out, do it more so it looks more professional. Like all this stuff needs to be done a little bit more like someone knows what they're doing, even though I don't. These are both stabilized better. However, I noticed that this one is off, and I didn't realize that this box was kicked that way some, and it should have went out about 3/8. Not a big deal, because we're gonna end up making a different spot, because our last mount goes right here. So that mount right there is where this is, right here, somewhere in here. I don't remember where, but this one over here has a little spot that I can see where the bolt went through right here. And I didn't get carried away with it because I wanted to make sure that. Plus I was learning, first time I ever did fiberglass, and boy was that a freaking dummy move I did. I didn't put the hardener in, and that kind of killed this job. I felt real bad about it, but I got over it. The other thing we got to do is we got to make brackets, because this is wood under here. Most of this is wood, you know, and they should have used some sort of treated. I don't know. But so what I'm going to do is, this is where the roll bar hooks in too. So I'm going to make a piece of steel that goes across here and up here to catch that roll bar. And then I'm going to move the seat back a little bit. So I got to make little plates for everything, the same thickness, and that's going to take me a little bit of time because I don't really have a wazer or none of that shit, so it's all going to be hand done. I got one hole to fix on that side that's real bad. I got to make a new one of these to hold the gas tank. I got to fix this shock mount. I mean, just a lot of little things, you know. I got to fix both of these, I've said in my other videos. I got to pull this motor and tranny, because when I see things like this, where they just hack it all up and then make a series of shitty welds on top of shitty welds on top of terrible bends, I don't like it. So what I'm going to end up doing is setting this thing down on here, which I didn't want to do, but it seems like my only option. Reset it down on here with the new body mounts, see what my clearance is, and actually probably raise this up a couple inches, which would give me a better flow for my exhaust. There should be like a 5 to 7 degree kick in this motor. We want to make sure that's right. We want to make sure it's centered. And then we got to deal with pumpkins. You know, just a lot of things go into this that people don't, when they're drinking beer and we're just going to go wreck some mud, you know, they don't care. They just want it to be able to step on the gas and go, which I want it to be able to drive on the highway safely. So that's where we're at with this. The exterior cosmetics, they did a real poor job on all that too, but I don't care about that because I'm going to scratch the shit out of it anyway, because where I'm going is in trees and woods and brush that probably hasn't been gone down in a long time. So, yeah. It is what it is. Just got to get out here and do it instead of watching everybody else's YouTube channels. It's so easy to sit there and veg out on it though, you know, so. What else do we got to do? Yeah, I wish I had the 500 subscribers so I could at least try to justify spending all my time doing this and not getting paid. And it just, you start to number crunch sometimes. Not that I have a lot of living expenses, but I still have property taxes and light bills and you know, driving to get certain things, gas money. You know, all you people out there, I guarantee your biggest expense, especially if you have a 9-to-5, is getting to work. How much bullshit is that? It's terrible. It's absolutely horrible. I can't believe how these things have gone. Now I've been thinking up a dialogue but I don't write nothing down, so I forget half of it. Of telling people once I get 500 subscribers, I'll sit down and I'll give you a relay into my past and why and what and why I do what I do and how I manage it and how I try to live on the least amount of money possible. There was a time there after I got out of prison where I was like, I need to make as much money as I can to get more comfortable and blah, blah, blah. And after my divorce, the light switched off and I changed my whole perspective. Actually, once I had kids and got a divorce, my whole perspective changed. But at that time, I had already amassed a quite comfortable life, even though I had to give most of it away because our crooked system. But yeah, so I think what I'll do is I'll finish that. I figured it out. It's a 3 rotation and 2 notches on a 27 point gauge here. So I gotta go 3 rotations and then 2 notches, and that gets me a 13 tooth gear. It's quite complicated, man. And all this stuff I figured out online and by research, you know. I did a test pass on the old one and it seemed okay, but I was doing 3 turns and 3 notches, and I could tell it was just a little bit off. So I just stopped. I went inside for the night and I researched it. My brains just don't handle the info anymore like they used to. Getting old fast. Time management is everything. I don't care what anyone says, the way you manage your time means everything. I had people ask me all the time, well, how did you accumulate all this? You went to prison, you never graduated high school, none of that. I said, because all I did when I got out is work. That's it. I worked. Christ, I had 2-3 jobs sometimes. I had 2 side jobs plus a full-time job. I didn't have no kids, so that's all I did was grind. That's it. You know? And that's how I can have a Harley sitting there and multiple projects and had houses and lost them, and you know, and that's all in the last 2009 I got out of prison. So it's just time management. If you spend your time sitting on the couch and wondering about shit, sure, that's fine, but you got to get up and get it. Every single thing I've had, I thought about what I wanted a little bit and I went after it, and I've obtained every single one, every single thing. If you can think it, you can do it. If you can want it, it can be had. And that's just the bottom line. You know, just like this sawmill. I knew I had like my big dump truck I sold to buy that sawmill, but I had a plan, you know. I wish I would have got my CDL and ran that dump truck, because that would have been a good income, but I like to do this. I'm a carpenter by trade. Why wouldn't I? I still haven't book matched that because the sawmill shut down on me. It ended up being right there is a little black box. And there's a little tiny, let me see if I can show you. There's a little tiny switch right here. And bam, it worked again. But I don't know why it flipped off. That kind of concerns me because I wasn't under a load or anything. So, but one thing I have to say about Wood-Mizer overall, even though I bought one of their low grade machines, so to say, anytime I call there, This Doug that I was talking to is absolutely phenomenal. Their quality care and their customers is top notch. And that is everything in today's business world, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, so I'm gonna get that part fixed so we can work on that. And actually, now that I think of it, it's gonna rain for the next week, so maybe I'll work out here today and cut some logs, and then I'll do that. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. All right, guys, I figured out what we're gonna do. So the woman bought me this nifty little thing. It's similar to the other tripods I got, except for this is more for exactly what we're doing. The only thing I don't like about it so far is that once you do this, you can't really like bend this up and down. That would be the best if that could happen, but it works. So we're gonna see if we can. So I got this thing all dialed in. The only thing I don't have is the prescription of what the depth is, because as I've said before, kind of a noob at this, but let's try it and see. Nope, that sucks. Right out the gate, I spin the wrong handle. So we're gonna run with that on the first passes here. The hard part about this also is that halfway case hardened this, so it is actually taking a toll on my tool, which is a cheap tool anyway. But things can get the job done, you know? One day I'd like to get a nice dividing bit. Someday. I mean, for the junk I'm using, I'm not doing too bad. Mixed all together. Maybe I'm gonna go in a little bit to this. So you get the point. I'm gonna do all these and I'll come back. All right, guys. So I went twice around there, ended up in the same spot. We'll see. we'll see what happens. Maybe that was just enough to get us where we need to be. We will soon find out. So I'll take this off now. I wanted to get this done today instead of working outside because I actually have some other things I need to do with this as well. But let me go hit this on the wire wheel. We'll see what kind of file work I gotta do here. Some of those look a little bit, no, actually it doesn't. I'm gonna say some look a little goofy, but it's just the angle of the camera, I think. All right, so now I'm gonna put this in the vise here. We're just gonna lightly take a triangle file to it. So I should have took my flat file to it first, but get these rough edges off it. Oh. I just try to do what I can, what I got. So I also got this thing on the bench here. And I dropped the key in there, so grab that quick. A little bit of space there. Although it felt good last time too, so you know, we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully it's good enough. If not, we'll try again. That's what I forgot. This thing is really stiff. Damn. Well, we can take it back out, I guess. So I got this back out. What was happening is this is too tight in there. So what I'm gonna have to do is chuck this up into the lathe and take a little bit of this, take a little bit of this down a little bit. Because what's happening is it's rubbing too tightly on here. So let me just check my theory here. Yep, that's what's happening. Chuck it up. Make sure it's good. It's been a while since I've been over here. Oh, you know what? I don't have my... I forgot about that. First works. This thing used to spin really well, but now not so much. We'll see if that did it. Yeah, I don't like that I can't adjust this thing up and down. I mean, I can if I go like this. Now, let's punch that back in there and see if we got free movement. All right. I'm in the pickle. Beautiful. Did what we needed. All right, so now we'll put it back together. I don't know if I'll be able to get you guys too many shots of this. It's kind of a pain in the ass. A lot of stuff in my way. Oh man. So, upside down. Okay. Now we gotta reattach everything. It's the best. This thing's heavy, heavy, heavy. Flat bar over here so I can pry this up. And I hope this works good. Before it had 0 slop, so I wonder if by taking those cuts, if we're gonna have some. 7, what do we got? 6 thousandths. That's not too bad. Oh, it moves nicely. It's not too tight anymore. Might work. All right. Now we got to get our shafts in. This is another pain. Okay, top shaft. Or I mean bottom shaft. And this has a keyway in it. Keyways on the top. There we go. Man, I don't like it when things happen really easily. I get nervous. It's going too easy, something is gonna happen. One day I hope to be able to buy a new lathe, pass this down to someone young that's learning. That would be ideal. Really ideal if my son liked it, but I have low hopes of that. So, just as I thought, this is going to start our bushing that I had to make. There we go. Nice. Yes. Alright, guys. Got one more piece here. One of these days I'll clean this all up. Okay, so we got this guy now. That has to go on here. Upside down. If I click this on and it works, it'll be like 8 years in the making of the first day I seen this, and I seen that it didn't have a feed for threading. So this has always worked. What happened before was when I kicked in the threading gear, it bound. They didn't sink. So we'll start off slow. I must have loosened this guy up. So we gotta find the right Allen wrench. Tighten that up. Why I would have loosened that? Oh, because it was binding before, that's why. Put a little bit of pressure on here, and I'm gonna tighten them as I come back down. Should have a flat part here. Alright guys, what I'm going to do is I found a piece of stock. We're going to clean it up and we're going to try threading for the first time. So we'll see how this goes. Still got a little funk on there. I just want to get that off so when we go, it's going to be a nice piece of metal. And this carbide is chipped, so if we change that out, we'll come right back. Right? So all I do with these is just, you got to loosen that up. See, these have 4 sides, and actually this I actually used both of them sides at one point, so we're on our second side here. Make sure I blow everything off. Tighten this back down. Oop. Fumble fingers. You don't want to tighten this too much though, because they can get stuck in there. Just enough. Learning all your feels for this is half the battle, you know. Listening is huge. Alright, so let's try this again. We'll put some lube on here. There's a little chatter on there because I'm not aggressively feeding this, but good enough for what we're gonna do. So my next thing is I got this all set up with the threader, so I gotta find the height now. Who knows? It looks pretty freaking good right there though, so now we're gonna slow this down. To 180. Watch where I was there, so that's not a good idea. Oh, learning curve. Let's just take our gauge and see where we're at here, though. What kind of thread that might be. It's a bigger one. Where are we? Have to I got it in at 1. So that I don't know. I'm gonna have to do some reading on this. I'll just keep bringing it in at 1, I guess. We're going 5 thousandths at a time. We're at 25. Bringing in that 1 again. I should scoop it out there so I'm not dying. I'll just leave it up above there. It's looking like something, guys. Let me see if I can zoom. Oh, I messed up, guys. I messed up. I'm getting nervous. It looks too good. I don't know if I can go on each number or not, so I just keep going at the 1. Better safe than sorry. Hey. I need how this might work. I don't know, guys. That freaks me right out. I need some steel wool. I made a screw. Oh my God, I made one. First one ever. Now, let's see what TPI it is, because I don't have any clue what I just did. I just did it. Of course, I don't know what I did, but once I got too excited. So, what do we have? 18? 18, 20? It's a weird pitch, so obviously I don't have it perfect, but 16? No, it's not a 16. Somewhere between an 18 or something, but I'm sure I don't have all this stuff correct, but 20 maybe? Huh. Between 18 and 20, somewhere in there, 16, 18, 20 something, but I'm just happy I got something made. Man, now I just got to learn to size things, and man, I don't know. It took a long time to get here, guys, but let me wire wheel this real quick. So, you don't know how happy this makes me. I've wanted to make threads for such a long time, and here they are. Alright, I can't get this thing to focus for crap, but here it is. The first thread rod. See, when I make this for the bolt, see, it's gonna look like this, and then there's gonna be a larger shaft around it right here that goes into the tree, and then this part is gonna have a washer and a bolt that holds it onto another doohickey. If you look up Treehouse Builder and their stuff they make, you'll understand what I'm talking about. But this has been the goal. Now we could screw that into the tree and set our beams on there. This is great. My first thread. I wish you could see it closer. Oh yeah, there we go. Looky there, guys. My first thread rod, thread bar. Not too shabby if I don't say so myself. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned, like, share, subscribe, so we can do some more stuff.